For ages, the entry-level electronic group set was SRAM Rival, but now Shimano has entered the fight with 105 Di2. But which is better? Let's find out.
Well, the cycling market has been moving towards disc brakes and electronic group sets for some time now, but Shimano was lacking an entry-level option to rival.
Yeah, with the new Shimano 105 now appearing on bikes, we thought we'd take a look at which one is better by digging down into the facts and figures. Let's start with weight. Yeah,
absolutely. So SRAM Rival eTap AXS weighs in at a claimed 3,109 grams. That's with a 46-33 tooth chainset and a 10-33 tooth cassette.
Shimano 105 Di2, meanwhile, with a similar setup, weighs a claimed 2,995 grams. That's with a 50-34 chainset and an 11-34 tooth cassette.
That's lighter.
That is lighter.
Shimano's system uses a larger battery, larger chain rings, and still has some wires in the frame. So the 100-gram weight saving over Rival, while not massive, is actually quite impressive.
Yeah. So if you're a weight weenie but limited to 105,
get 105.
There is no question that SRAM's Rival eTap AXS is a cheaper group set to buy outright than Shimano's 105 Di2. Rival AXS costs £1,268 for a 2x system without a power meter, while 105 Di2 costs £1,730.
Significantly more.
Yes.
But given that most people will be choosing between these group sets as part of a full bike, the bike prices are the ones that we're actually more interested in.
Yeah, so take Oro's Venturi STC as an example. It's very interesting to find the 105 Di2 bike significantly cheaper at £3,150 than the Rival AXS bike at £3,500.
That is really quite significant.
That's a big chunk of money.
The difference here represents a good number of accessories, a new pair of shoes or some clothing upgrades for the prospective buyer. So.
Yeah. There you go. I think that's what will decide it as well.
Yes.
You might prefer one system over the other when it comes to aesthetics, but the good news is that both systems mirror, to a large extent, the more expensive group sets in their respective ranges.
Yes, the 105 Di2 uses exactly the same lever and hood design as you'll find on the Ultegra and Dura-Race, and this is a shape that we really like.
Yep, the Rival AXS levers feature the bigger differences from Force and Red eTap, but again, this boxy design is one that we do like in use. Down at the chain sets, you'll find angular designs with both systems, but SRAM's is the slimmer design, if that's something that you care about. I'm not sure.
Well, the cassettes and chains look largely like they should,
just
which is good.
And chains.
But when we get to the derailleurs, we do find some differences. This is where the SRAM's batteries are mounted, and their front and rear derailleurs look a bit chunkier because of this.
Yeah. They also go for a light grey design, whereas Shimano matches the derailleurs to the rest of the group set with a dark grey.
Which is your favourite?
I kind of like the dark grey.
Yeah, I don't care.
I really don't care.
The front derailleur on the 105 Di2 group set is, in our eyes, straight out of the previous Ultegra generation parts bin, and this larger body is one of the key visual differences from the newest Ultegra and Dura-Race. But hey, they've got to give you some reason to buy the Ultegra.
Pretty much, yeah. Shimano was very keen to tell us that the shifting had become even faster with the latest 12-speed group sets, and thankfully, some of that has trickled down to 105 Di2, with the rear derailleur being fast and accurate.
The front derailleur also offers crisp and direct shifting, but we do think that it's slightly slower than on the Ultegra and Dura-Race systems, probably because the front mech's not just aesthetically the same as the old Ultegra, but also the motors.
Yeah, it's probably packing the same punch as the old stuff. Rival AXS works just the same as Force and Red, with the right paddle shifting to a harder gear at the back and the left popping you into an easier one. Press both at the same time and the front derailleur changes. It is a much simpler system to get to grips with, especially for newer riders. But in terms of the quality of the actual shift of the derailleurs, I think we'd say that Shimano takes the win here.
Yeah, I'm saying Shimano. So with the SRAM system, with the double tap, it works great, but there is a slight delay in the front derailleur shifting because it's waiting to see if you click both or just one.
And that delay is tiny, but it is noticeable.
So Shimano is the winner.
One of the things that SRAM really did well with the Rival AXS group set was the brakes. They feel good in your hands and it is easy to control the impressive amounts of power. To be honest, these brakes just work, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm using Rival AXS on the bike that I commute to work in, and every time a dog steps out in front of me on the cycle path,
You are stopping.
yeah. The braking is one of the biggest improvements that Shimano has made with its latest Di2 group sets, with wider pad clearance down at the calipers and servo wave technology, which has made braking more progressive. While the former is present in the new 105 Di2 group set, you miss out on the servo wave, and as a result, the brakes don't feel quite as nice as the Ultegra or Dura-Race options.
Both systems feel nice in the hands, but 105 Di2 has seen a significant change from the outgoing model, canting inwards just a little bit to allow for what Shimano says is a kind of more natural hand position.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's
quite
great.
like the Rival. But
Yeah.
as you've probably already realised, both systems are 12-speed, but Shimano keeps things relatively traditional by basing 105 Di2 around an 11-tooth smallest cog. The cassette can go all the way up to a 36-tooth, and when compared with compact 34-50-tooth chainrings, that gives you a sub 1-to-1 ratio of 0.94. I think in inches that's about 25.09.
God. Chat about gear inches.
Yeah, I think it's time everyone went metric. There you go.
No.
Argue about that in the comments.
Oh no. At the other end, you can get a 36-52 chainring combination for a largest possible gear ratio of 4.73 or 126.26 inches.
Crikey. So Rival AXS meanwhile offers a 10-36-tooth cassette and a 46-33-tooth chainrings. That gives a lower gear of 0.92 or 24.56 inches. Of course, there's also the wide version of the group set, a gravel version, that can give you even smaller gears.
I mean, to compare, Shimano does do the GRX group set, so you are served by Shimano if you really want to stick with the Japanese brand. The largest chainrings available with Rival AXS is a 48-35 tooth, and that sounds small, but stick it in the 48-10 and you'll have a ratio of 4.8 or 128.13 inches.
I hope they're coming up on the screen.
Yeah,
I
can't keep track.
Well, that's a lot of numbers, but the takeaway is that Rival AXS offers a larger spread of gears.
So, which one is actually better? I'd first say that if you're buying a bike with one of these group sets installed, you're going to be a very happy little cyclist. Both work well and both have their strong points, I'd say.
You could also be a happy big cyclist.
You could be a happy big cyclist.
Whatever you are. Both are now easy to connect to your phone and cycling computer. Both weigh about the same, but I think what will separate them is how you're going to buy either group set.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're buying as a standalone group set, the price gulf makes, well, Rival AXS the easy choice.
Absolutely.
You can have a power meter included and still have money left over compared with what 105 Di2 would cost you.
Yep. However, if Oro's pricing is anything to go by, the 105 Di2 bike will be the one to go for. A few £100 that you can save and go out shopping, and clothing, accessories, or just stay in your pocket.
Well, to be honest, while Oro have done this, I don't expect the big brands to make a price difference. I think they will hike the 105 price, well, to get more money out of all of us.
No, I don't believe it.
They might. Anyway, if you've liked this video, remember to like and subscribe. We've taken an even more in-depth look at Shimano 105 Di2, so if you want to check that out, it's popping up on your screen now, as is a full Shimano group set guide, which is useful, I guess, if you really want to know your Dura-Ace to your Claris.
All of them.
Sora?
All of them are in there. Yeah.
They're all there. Remember to like and subscribe, and we know that 87% of you that are watching these videos are not subscribed. 87%.
Naughty.
Yeah, so go and solve that by subscribing.